everyone and welcome to this fly tying video. Today we're going to tie the Jukkas F-Fly. This is a slight variation of the classic F-Fly. It's a really easy tie and can imitate a whole range of small insects from midges to caddies. For this one I'm going to tie it in a size 14. I have a Tiemco 103. The thread I'm using is Nanosilk from Semperfli. This one is 80 and in beige. So we'll start right behind the eye of the hook. And we want to put down a layer of thread back to the barb, or where the barb should be. And here we can cut off the tag. And here we want to keep this fairly short to imitate all these insects that we want, like midges or caddisflies, and then we will have a wing that will extend beyond the bend of the hook. For this one I'm going to tie in a rib. This one is pearl tinsel in small. And then for the dubbing I'm going with purple. This is some underfur from an Arctic fox. And here the key is to keep this as thin as possible. We want this to be almost like a North Country spider, where the dubbing is almost translucent, and so that we can see the hook when it's wet, and then come up with the ribbing, making open spiral turns. This will segment the body and give some nice shimmer. When we come up, tie it off. Then we want to tie in the wing, and for this I'm using CdC. Here I have two feathers aligned, just align the tips. These are in the color tan, and we're going to tie this in facing forwards, because then we will fold these back over the thorax and make for the wing. So grab your two feathers and then pull all the fibers forwards. I want to measure the length to be slightly longer than the length of the hook. And then tie it in the two ends. We want to cut this off the length of the body. And this will make for the underwing. Now we can tidy up a little bit in front, going up right behind the eye. And now we will build up the thorax a little. For this I'm going to use the same Arctic fox in purple, and I've mixed in a Hare blend and with a few UV fibers as well. So here you take a little thicker bunch, and we want to build this up just a little, and we can start at the eye and then going back this way. We can then pull these two feathers back, and holding these we can then tie them off. Make sure everything is in place, and then with some quite heavy turns bind down. And make sure you have your wing well centered. Now to tie this off I'm going to color the thread just a few centimeters in purple. This way this will blend in with the dubbing. What I also like to do is to put just a drop of glue right here, just a centimeter or so. This way it will never come undone. And then what we can do is to whip finish. 3 turns. pull tight and cut off the excess. Then what you can do is to rough out just these thorax dubbing here, just a little, to maybe give the impression of some legs or gills on a caddisfly or midge. And there we have the Jukkas F-Fly. Thank you for liking and commenting. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time and happy tying.